Believe it or not, people don't like my YouTube channel, maybe. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. Maybe if I talk in a country accent, I won't get strike on YouTube. That's right. Show them I'm country. I don't know if you know, or I don't know if you saw the news, but apparently my channel got a strike. I don't know what to tell y'all, but we were just talking about Hezbollah capabilities, what they cannot do, and apparently that's not okay. That had me do a whole test and all about that, and I passed it too. I just did fine. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. What happened on YouTube? I got a strike. You should see the photo. The video is a 20-second video long. I shared it. It's on my it's on my Substack. No, Malcolm and Jacob did not get a strike, and it's only on YouTube. Jacob is not even on YouTube. Malcolm didn't get a strike. Malcolm didn't even have this video. But I had the whole video on my channel, and this is just the 20-second video cut from the channel. And the video goes, "Oh, Hezbollah has a drone capability of kicking Israelis' ass." What did I say wrong, huh? How dare you disrespect me? I see how it is. It's not the first time YouTube does me dirty like that. Now, because of that, my ability to make money on YouTube now is paused. So, and apparently you only get three chances. You fuck it up again within 30 days, two more times, you get kicked out of the channel. What is this, huh? I cannot criticize anyone? We're not even criticizing, we're just mentioning facts. I don't know. But on good end, we are now number 85 on Substack, World Politics. So thanks for everyone's support. I published a new article today, this morning. I don't know if you read it. It's only 20-minute read or 20-minute listen. I strongly recommend it for the latest update on the war. Ooh, I'm very proud to tell you I got my custom made egal. It's shipped all the way from Saudi. Oh yeah. Good. Showing you some of my traditional attire. What is going on with this thing? Yeah. So it came in a nice box, but the box is not what matters. Now, this is tailored on my size. I'm not wearing the main things that I need to wear, but this is for the shmag and ghutra. And you were watching the. No, you were not. But this is made out with one pole, no stitching, by hand, and it's not cheap. You can find cheap ones, but apparently they put oud in there, but I can't smell it. Oud is this. It's in English. It's called agar wood, but I'm very glad that I got this. Hopefully, you'll be seeing me wearing it soon for my channel. But this is not cheap. This is like I paid $250 for this, but it's worth every penny. The thing is that when you when you want something like this and it's not custom made, you're not sure if it's your right, if it's not what you like. I like to buy something one time, you know? And this is the type of thing that you buy once and wear it for the rest of your life. Or you buy several of them, different styles and stuff. But this is my first custom egal. I'm glad I'm getting a thobe also tailored. Someone says just don't wear it outside. I think you can wear your traditional clothes in the United States outside with no problem. I was wearing my turban and my traditional clothes in Manhattan, Kansas, in Kansas City, and no one said shit. In fact, I got like more respect wearing it, especially that I was showing off my culture in a respectful manner and that I am a public figure. That when I do it, it shows that this is someone that respects their culture and ethnicity, regardless of what's around him. Uh, but oh, that's you too, Teresa. But now, when I get invited to certain events, I do wear my traditional clothes, especially if it's government events or campaigns. I put on my fez hat. I put my traditional clothes because I'm representing. I'm not just going there. So it just depends on the situation. If I'm going to governmental venue, a wedding, a special event, my type of, if I'm getting honored, if I'm receiving an award, I'll wear my traditional clothes. But if I'm just going out and about and going to the mall, I'm okay wearing my everyday American clothes is fine. But just certain things is you. If I appear on TV, I would prefer to wear my traditional clothes. It does several things. It shows where you're from, and it also fight back against the oppression that you have in your home country. So, like, if you're the first openly queer person from Saudi Arabia and you appear in westernized clothes on Western television, you're only hitting Western audiences. But once I start like dressing in my own clothes, the people back home start seeing it and they're like, oh shit, maybe like it stops it from anyone back home from going to the next channel and stopping. Wait, this person is speaking fluently in English, dressing his national clothes perfectly, and it just hits different. The message reaches way bigger audiences. So it just depends on what happens, if that makes any sense. SBS. What's BS? Someone said no, BS. My note. Thank you. Who said this is BS? Where's that? This is BS. Reply to your note. Where is the note? I don't see the note. It's whatever. I'm just trying to figure out the questions here. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't understand what happened here. Did Malcolm and Jacob get strike? I already answered that. I I thought I put in something. Thanks for your patience again. I just posted something for people to ask their questions. At some point today, the mug arrived yesterday. I hope you'll like it. We are actually working on a new design, so keep your eyes open. I'm excited about this one actually. More than the previous design. This is going to be very nice. Very, very nice. If you have a second to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it, what? I thought I said questions here, please. Here you go. Now I posted a link, a thread in my chat so you can ask a question. I had to shut down the whole app for some reason. I posted that thing like 4 times, and every time I posted, it does like I thought I posted it, and then I look back, I'm like, it didn't post. Well, you just uploaded the question, chat. Yes, I did. Bottom versus top merch. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, it is the top bottom versus top merch. And there's a lot of back and forth with the designing team, specifically because I feel like the story is still not cohesive. I feel like many of the characters, like they put an Indian turban on a Caucasian guy. Could you explain that to me? Like a Sikh Indian turban, not the Middle Eastern Arabic turban, on a Caucasian guy. And then they had a Native American woman in an apron and a dress. Yeah, there was just, it was just, yeah. I was like, you guys are making stupid mistakes, and they were trying to count it as edits, and I'm like, no, that doesn't count as an edit. That just counts as you didn't do your job. Uh, you could have easily looked up the what people dress in their own cultural clothes. And since when does a white Caucasian guy wears a Sikh or a Sikh turban? Like, no, I asked them if it was AI, and they're like, no, our artists do everything by hand. So we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was done by someone that wasn't culture or educated into different to do a mistake like that. But they say I literally paid money for a designer to make it, so I wouldn't go to someone that would do it with an AI. I personally don't want anything that I sell to have to do with AI. Like no merch, no closing, like that type of artistic work will have to go through artists to support artists. And that's like what the idea is. And if it was going to be done by AI, it would have been done by now. But no, pick a cultural sensitive designer because these airs are vigorous. They are very annoying. And, like if I don't take my products seriously, if I don't look after these little small details, uh, we would be in trouble, wouldn't we? Yes, I would like to have a more culturally sensitive designer. That might work. That might not be a bad idea. I just need to find a designer that would like to work with me. Uh, and be able to deliver designs that tell a story. I want I want designs that you can sit down and look at for hours. And etching techniques for me are some of the best techniques. The line etching, the ones that you see on papers, like and stuff like that on uh old books, you see the etching drawing style. To me, that is the my favorite type of style. But finding an artist that does that at it's not cheap. Like I already went to a couple artists because I wanted to do my logo and an etching style for my nonprofit, and it was easily $1,000, easily $1,000 minimum. And But yeah, what can you do? You have an expensive taste. I do have very expensive taste. Oh, yeah. Look, they're saying as of 12:24 a.m., the YouTube Hi Wadi Lion, we have reviewed Hezbollah drone and missile power dominating the battlefield. Again, confirmed it's not allowed under our violent criminal organization policy. I posted the video on my Substack. Tell me if it breaks the policy or not. I already took the training and I passed the training, and apparently that's not okay. And I still haven't heard back from them. Like, the fuck? Yeah, this is stupid. Why would Lebanon sign an agreement that basically says Israel can respond to any little thing in self defense? Again, I was saying this on Malcolm Nance's podcast that the people negotiated on behalf of Lebanon are the Christian nationalists who are uh, the minority of Lebanon, one of the minorities of Lebanon. Um, that's not to say that they don't have the right to negotiate. All I'm saying is that Israel didn't negotiate with the ones that who actually hold the keys to this conflict. The ones who hold the keys to this conflict uh, is Hezbollah, is the Shi'i uh, members of the parliament, and without them, you cannot reach an agreement. Meanwhile, these far right nationalists, not far right, these Christian nationalists are allied with Israel since the beginning of Lebanon. They've been supported by Israel as well. So not only we didn't negotiate with the actual correct party in Lebanon, we negotiated with our ally. I don't think you make peace with your ally, you make peace with your enemy. So the situation is that you need to sit down with the Lebanese. What I also said is that the Israelis have been wanting to kick essentially the Lebanese people from southern Lebanon to create a buffer zone and then hand that region to the Lebanese government when the Lebanese government is considered a failed state and cannot afford to fund its own country. People in the south have been dependent on Hezbollah to build roads, schools, hospitals, mosques, and parks, roads, whatever you can think of, they've been responsible for. Hezbollah has 100,000 soldiers who are highly trained, highly armed, and can take the Lebanese government and the Israeli government at the same time. Now, I wouldn't say they would win. I said they can take them on. Do you plan an instrument? Do you play an instrument? I wish I play an instrument. But gee, for YouTube is full of it. It's their platform, but they don't deal in fairness. They want a certain narrative. The narrative is the different narratives are all on there. Like I mean, we didn't say something new. It was just a military assessment. What YouTube did to you seems similar to what some anonymous caller did to Pete Buttigieg. There is a special place, and you know, I have nothing to do with conspiracy theories. I have nothing to do with these extremist organizations. We just gave an assessment regarding the capabilities of Hezbollah, and apparently that wasn't good enough. That was a violation, and we couldn't appeal. Yeah, yeah. Here you go. Gotta fix this up while I get questions. Here you go. Gotta choose a thumbnail. One clip killed my paycheck. Yes, sir. Apply. Yeah. Fuck you, YouTube. It's only good for watching dog videos. No, there's a really good documentaries on there. And I love watching documentaries on there. So no, don't worry. There's more. There's good content on YouTube. It's just that I think they're starting to use AI to kill like videos and kill accounts, and it's just stupid. It those it's not helping us. It's not helping. Maybe it's helping the platform getting safer, but it's taking good content that is just covering the news out of the field. I mean, you don't have to like the news or the facts in order for them to be fact. And like I tried to appeal, and when I went to go and appeal, it says I already appealed, and I'm like, since when I appealed? I never clicked the link appeal. I just found out that I got a strike and you took it out. Like, since when did my channel appeal? I never appealed. They're like, you appealed. I'm like, give me the letter of appeal that I submitted. I didn't even write you anything. YouTube, I'm disappointed in you. Do we need to resubscribe to YouTube? No, you don't need to resubscribe to YouTube. But if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to a YouTube channel. Let YouTube know that you support my account. Give them double couple likes, a couple comments here and there. It does support the channel, and yeah. Um, I reached out to YouTube on Twitter. They started reaching. They asked me to send them a link of the video, and the stupid thing is that once they remove the video, it becomes really hard to get the link of the video. So they're asking you to get something that becomes really hard to get once they have taken the video off. They're like, we need the link of the video. Motherfucker, you took the video off. So sometime I have to find out, like, log in through another computer, open the whole platform, copy it before it opens up on another platform. It's stupid. Oh, you sued YouTube in California? Send me that lawyer. We'll sue them together. Need $10 million out of that. You got to become like Trump with this shit. Sue them. Wallahi. Why is he the only one suing people? He's suing corporations and people and everything. If you're a lawyer with civil rights and human, talk to me, okay? We'll sue them. I don't have a problem. What is this? $1 billion YouTube, huh? 1 billion. I will donate half of it. 1 billion. They have done this before. If you don't threaten big money, they don't listen. You just say B, they listen. He sued himself. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what's with American YouTube. It's not the first time they do this. Before I had my own podcast, they used to do this to me all the time. The Saudi government says, "Oh, we don't like this one, we don't like that one," and the Saudi government dictates YouTube as much as they want if your video is in Saudi Arabia. So they were taking a lot of my videos down, and there was getting a lot of strikes here and there. It's not like I was getting a lot of views, but that's how much control the Saudi government has over YouTube. I don't know if you know this, but social media in the Middle East is controlled by dictatorships. They make these social media. You want to be in our country? You want to exist in our country without breaking the law? We will allow you to be in our country if you follow our rules. So they become, they get in and they take social media accounts out. I know many people in the West who criticize Saudi Arabia immediately. The Saudi government moves their electronic flies. We call them the electronic flies. What is the electronic flies? The electronic flies is a division that the Saudi government has that is designed to control public opinion. So if you go on Twitter and you're like, and you're not even Saudi, you tag the Saudi government, you tag some social media, and you're like a blondie or a white person or you're a Westerner, right? Blue eyes, amazing. All of a sudden you're like, we love Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the best country in the world. All of a sudden you'll see these Saudi fly accounts. We call them electronic flies, is because they're controlled by a computer and they have a lot of phones connected to computers. And the Saudi government basically say, pump this account, support this account, or attack this account. And all of a sudden, these flies will go and support your account. And they'll be like, this person said, we love Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is amazing. You'll find a whole bunch of Arabic comments. You'll find a whole bunch of retweets. You'll find a whole bunch of likes out of nowhere. Is it the Saudi people? No. Some Saudi people start catching up to it because it becomes popular, and that's how the Saudi government try to control public opinion. Many Americans that have criticized the Saudi government, they come complaining to me. Waji, I'm getting bullied. Waji, I'm getting death threats. Waji, yes, that's happening. Any Westerner that comes out and start criticizing the Saudi government, or you'll find these engines start working against you. So I've seen it being worked against me before. But something to mention basic facts, I never thought something stupid as this. No, they wouldn't. I don't see the Saudi government being behind that one. I definitely think this one has to do with some anti-Israeli sentiment pushback or whatever. Although there was no anti-Israeli sentiment in that one. It was just basically talking about Hezbollah capabilities, you know, and the war. So let YouTube know that you don't like that. I have made a tweet against YouTube. If you want to support that tweet, you're welcome to. I'm gonna take that tweet and I'll put it here and put it under the video. So disappointed in YouTube. Yeah, here you go. See if you guys have any more questions here. You guys do have questions. That's awesome. It seems like the US mostly uses only military action, like the bombing and killing to try to achieve peace. Not only the US. Now, so you have to understand the US and Iran don't have any basis of trust. So anytime they want to deliver a message, they both deliver it with violence. So the US government would hit a cheap radar detector that Iran has, and Iran responds by hitting an empty US base that's already been destroyed, and so on and so forth. And that's their way of showing that we are attacking each other. I'm not saying all of the US attacks are like that, but I'm saying it seems like anytime they want to show that they're serious about breaking the MOU, even though they're not that serious about breaking the MOU, they do, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit your radar. Yeah, your radar. I don't like your. You see, I know you left the military base, but it still has your name on it. I will hit it. Yeah, I will hit it for you. Now the Americans will be so scared. No one will pass the Strait of Hormuz, which happens. Everyone gets scared and no one passes the Strait of Hormuz. So we're back at square one, you know? But the reality is that there is no trust. So what do? You show them that you're willing to break the MOU. That's that's what we call the escalation ladder. The United States, Trump is trying to show Iran that he can escalate really badly. But who really owns the escalation ladder? It's the Iran. I recommend that you read my article that I published this morning at 6:30 a.m. my time. I wrote about all of those game theories and I strongly recommend you reading it, and it's free. That doesn't cost you a dollar, and you can, if you are driving on the road, you can listen to it. Also free. Let's see other question. Is there a way for us to send support email or text to YouTube? I posted my tweet against YouTube on the video I posted, like in the comments of the video I posted regarding the video that was taken down. So if you want to go and retweet that or text them or let them know that you don't like this, that would be awesome. Isn't really a question, but I've been wanting to share with someone reasonable that I've heard a few conversation about Gaza Israel on Substack recently that have been on upsetting, that I've been to unfollow some of my former favorite Substackers. The conversation makes my head spin. Question that everyone seems to get worked up about is the question of whether being sympathetic to the Palestinians mean you are anti-Semitic. I know this is a loaded topic, but can you share your thoughts on what is and isn't anti-Semitic and what isn't? Yeah, this is a very loaded question. It is indeed. My first point to you and to my listeners is you're not obligated to be opinionated about every cause and every issue on the globe. You're obligated to be educated on the topic. But I don't understand why everyone is expecting everyone to act like they're the next president or the next member of Congress or the next member of the Senate. You're not running for office. All you need to know is what's happening, what's going on, and empathize with the fellow human beings. Yes. Empathizing with humans doesn't have to do with ethnicity, doesn't have to do with race, doesn't have to do with religion. We empathize with the victims of the Israelis from the Hamas October attack, and we empathize with the victims of the Palestinians who have been getting attacked by the Israelis. As simple as that. We're against killing innocent life. If that's politically incorrect, if that's unacceptable to you, I apologize, but it seems like we don't have the same values. And I don't think us not having the same values should stop us from sitting down and talking to each other or even having friendship. You're obligated to work with people who don't have the same values. You do it every day. Why does it have to apply on social media and become this thing that will break or make any relationship you have? Yeah, okay, I understand you don't agree. I understand you see this as a genocide. I understand that you see this as an ethnic cleansing. I understand that you don't see this as an ethnic cleansing. Okay, at this moment, at this second, I am focused on ending conflict. I am focused on ending human rights violations. I am focused on making this world better. Me arguing about the nuances, about the little small details, is not moving this case forward. The reality of the situation is that there's extremism on both ends. But at the moment, the extremism that's happening from the Israeli government is just unacceptable to a limit that the world no longer can tolerate. That's just a fact. Like, this is not someone trying to be against Israel, and this is not someone trying to be against the Palestinians. When you see actual killing of innocent life, when you see actual targeting of hospitals, when you see actual targeting of water desalination plants, when you see actual targeting of children tents, when you see actual target, you have to say something about it. You don't have to agree with the Palestinians. You don't have to be on their side, but at least you can say this is wrong. I can move on. Khalas, I know it is wrong. I can move on. I can demand a change. Whether I want to demand a change, I can demand a difference if I want to demand a difference. But the reality is, I'm not the one that's going to make it or break it. I keep saying it again. The end decision to end this conflict is in the hands of the Israelis. They're the ones that are holding the escalation ladder and the Levant and the Middle Eastern area outside of Iran. Iran holds the escalation ladder and the Strait of Hormuz, and Israel holds an escalation ladder and the rest of the Arab world inside of between Israel and Palestine and Lebanon and Syria and Jordan. So we need to take a second. I'm not saying that you need to be definitive and you need to become an international human rights lawyer. If that's your passion, do it. But I don't know why we are expecting each debate and each conversation to lead to this end. By the way, we've been protesting the Israeli attacks on Gaza for how long now? 2 years, 3 years? Did you see anything? The pressure needs to be on the Israeli people. The change needs to happen from the Israeli people. You need to focus on ending Section 219. You need to focus on Section 1417 in the Senate that is going to sell out your whole government to Israel. Because if that happens, you can forget about the Palestinian cause. There's no Palestinian cause. I mean, like there's things that come before other things that will dissolve everything that you have. So I understand people are dying. I understand the conflict needs to an end, but you are just not focused on the fact that we're just about to give our government, the whole government keys to Israel. And then what's the point of your Palestinian cause if you just gave all of your keys to Israel? Your Palestinian cause is not going to go anywhere. So your job is to be educated. Your job is to look at the nuances. And your job is to demand a difference from your leader. The cancel culture that if you don't agree with my principles, you're not part of my country. If I don't agree with your principles, we can't be even meeting in the same arena is exactly what we call polarization. All I need to hear from someone personally at this moment, regardless of what their belief is, what Israel is doing is wrong. Israel is committing genocide. Israel is committing ethnic cleansing. Israel is doing human rights crimes. The names at this point don't matter. What matters is it is wrong. You know, you can grab me a cup and you fill it with tea, and you're like, "Waji, this is whiskey." I smell. I'm like, I just smelled it. It's tea. No, no, Waji, it's whiskey. Now it's whiskey. I take a sip. Motherfucker, it's tea. No, no, we changed the name. Now it's whiskey. Regardless of what you name it, it's wrong. Regardless of what, like, regardless of what you call it, it's not okay. Can we move on to the next step of what happens after this is not okay? You can't convince someone else about coming to your ship. Move on. Move on. Keep going. In sales, they take two no's and move on. Missionaries, they come and listen to you, hear your thoughts, hear the insult that you have, give you a couple words back. You see that you're not listening, leave, and then they come back to you, talk to you sometime after you calm down. It's not your usual style. It's not what you're told to do by your elders, but that's the wise thing to do. One of my once a wise person told me, "You never win an argument with an ignorant. You never win an argument with an ignorant." Not an ignorant like that someone, but what we mean at this point is someone that doesn't want to learn, someone that's not interested in the facts, someone that's not interested in the details. That's why I tell you to switch the style and the techniques of your messaging. We are taught to bring facts. We are taught to bring you details. We think we're dropping the mic. Oh, yeah, I just gave you some numbers from the international world records of blah, blah, blah. This person on the other end doesn't care. They're thinking about it from an emotional perspective. They're not thinking about it from numbers. They don't care about the numbers. You think they're going to listen to you when you bring facts, details? That's not what they care about. They want to talk to you emotionally. So sometimes taking someone slowly, brisket is some of the toughest meat the cow has. But when you cook it slowly, comes some of the most tender meat you can ever taste. Take it slowly. Not everything is searing. You're not searing this shit. You're not burning it. This is something you don't rush. You got to talk to people slowly. You got to understand where they're coming from. Each person has their own limitation of understanding. Each person has their own PTSD. Each person has their own worldviews. Each person has their own road that they have been on for a long time. What? Let me give you the definition of anti Semitism without going to the dictionary. Saying all Jews need to be killed, anti Semitic. Saying Jews are the conspiracy theory, anti Semitic. That is anti Semitic. Saying Israel is committing human rights violations that have been approved by the International Criminal Court, that is a fact. Attacking someone based on their ethnic or religious belief is anti Semitic. Blaming all the Jews for the actions of Netanyahu is anti Semitic. That's anti Semitism. Anti Semitism is the act against the Jewish people. It's like saying Islamophobia. What is Islamophobia? The fear of Muslims. Are all Muslims your enemy? No. Are some Muslim terrorists? Yes. But why are we blaming all the Muslims for being terrorists? I don't know. Now, if I go walk around, I'm like, oh, these Muslims, they're all terrorists. I'm Islamophobic. But if I'm walking around and we go, we need to fight terrorist organization, that doesn't make me Islamophobic. Fighting terrorist organization doesn't have to be with weapons. It could be with education. It could be with knowledge. It could be with rehab centers. You're fighting terrorist organization. That is not Islamophobic. What is Islamophobic is thinking every Muslim in the United States is a spy. That's Islamophobic. Same thing with the Jews. Same principle plays with the Jews. Oh, these Jews, they're all Zionists. That's anti Semitic. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that answer some of your questions? So don't be anti Semitic. Yeah, that's a double negative. So that's right, right? Don't be anti Semitic. That's the right way of saying. Yeah. Yeah. مضاد للسامية. Oh. I sometimes have brain farts, especially early in the morning. Any other question? Do you think the elections are going to make a difference in the trajectory of the war? It has to. American people are tired of this war. Republicans, Democrats, moderate, everyone is tired of the war. And I think Trump's biggest nightmare is what he would do if the Congress lifts his ability to fight back. That would put the United States at a pickle, especially negotiating with Iran. When you're negotiating with the Iranians and Trump cannot control when he can attack, that definitely puts the Iranians at a better hand in terms of negotiating. But also, I can't blame the Congress for not trusting the president of the United States for making these stupid decisions. So we're not at a good situation. The United States is at the worst position it can be in negotiating this deal. And going back to war is not going to put him back in a good position. Piggybacking on Teresa's comment, the Republicans are freaking out about midterms, but Donald J. Trump doesn't seem to care because he's selfish. Um, he says he cares about the election, but what he really cares about is having people who are loyal to him being in office. Do you think we will have out of control? I think having not necessarily out of control war, but we can still be in tick and tack for a few more months. What I mean by tick and tack is the United States attacks some stupid spot in Iran, and Iran attacks some empty base in the United States for a minute, unless it really escalates. Your question doesn't make sense, Rose. You said, does Iran have a long-standing grudge against Iran? That doesn't make sense. Any more questions? No more questions. All right, I think we reached the end of our episode. Mama K, it's nice to see you again. We missed you so much yesterday. I hope things are going better today. I'll talk to you later about scheduling that Zoom meeting. If you're just tuning in, I hope you take a second to support my YouTube channel. I just got a strike on there for talking about the military capabilities of Hezbollah. We're not supporting Hezbollah. We're not endorsing Hezbollah. We were just talking about the military capabilities. Apparently, that was a no no. So if you could take a second to support my account, that would be appreciated. If you'd like to become a paid subscriber to support and fund my work, please consider doing so. It is what pays for now for this, pays for my education now. I'm going for my grad school here soon, which will be very expensive. Keeps the lights open and lights on, I mean, and electricity on, and gives me the ability to do this full time so you don't have to. So, like, subscribe, and share. And as always, I like to say, مع السلامة, bye bye. وبالإنجليزي, goodbye.